So I was just draining the oil, and I was wondering why the hell did the drain plug come out so funny. And you can see all the threads right here are all gone. So whoever did the last oil change, I was ripping the little threads of aluminum out of the drain plug. I think I can still grab some in there. But yeah, the threads are gone. Goddamn quick lube, guys. See, I can't even thread this guy in. Like, maybe I can catch it. Oh, I can catch. Okay, I caught some of the threads. Oh, fuck. No, that doesn't feel good. It just caught the thread, but I don't know if I don't feel confident in tightening it too much. Yeah, no, it just went kind of loose. I'm not gonna tighten anymore. But anyways, I let the customer know. Send them a video on our tablet to let the customer know while I took the drain plug out. Threads are all gone, at least most of it. I was able to pull a bunch of little pieces of aluminum out, like this right here, in the oil pan out. Right, there's little bits and pieces right here on in the drain bucket of the aluminum threads of the oil pan. So yeah, anyways, see what happens. All right, so we're sitting at 257,000 kilometers. So this customer is leaving the car here, or waiting for an oil pan for this. But the thing is, with our videos that we make for customers, it's good because they can take the video, because it goes right to their phone. They can take that video to the last place that they had their oil change, and it really helps that they have the invoice of the quick lube place that they had, which had the mileage on it, compared to the mileage that they had here when we invoiced their oil change. So it's like 6,000 kilometers or whenever the last oil change was. Plus I saw the sticker, it's a quick lube sticker. They can, maybe get it covered by the quick lube place. I don't know. It's more common than you think. We do a lot of stripped out drain pans because of quick lube places. Actually, the other day I had a customer with a Civic Si. He only takes his car to the quick lube places, and then he brought it here because he had a clutch issue. Plus, he also had a complaint of oil dripping. I lift the car up, and there was no drain plug. There was the drain plug that they replaced it with was one of those rubber expansion plugs that were. I guess when you strip the oil pan, that's what they put in, right? So they have something to plug it up. But the clutch issue was just the clutch disc was getting onto the rivets and is making a grinding noise. So that's what that is. So customers deciding whether to do the clutch. I told them you can do the clutch at the same time, since we had to drop the subframe anyways and get the oil pan out. You can do it all at the one thing, so you save labor on the oil pan replacement, because you can't remove the oil pan on these K24 motors because there's a balance shaft in there, and you can't get it past the balance shaft without hitting the subframe. So you got to drop the subframe enough to get the oil pan out. So he's still figuring out that. But I looked at the history for this customer. This customer stopped bringing their car for their oil change with us back in 2023. But they have come back for, check engine lights, brakes, because they got lifetime brake pads with Honda, because when you do brakes at a Honda dealership, you have lifetime brake pads covered. And then you got control arm bushings, and then I think there's a couple other stuff. But other than that, they stopped doing oil changes here. I guess they started going to quick lube places. But yeah, one quick lube place with strip out drain pan. So anyways, we'll see when the oil pan comes, and then I'll show you how to get these oil pans out, because you got to drop the subframe a little bit. But I'll see you guys then. All right, so it's been like 3 days, right? The oil pan is here. It's supposed to be overnight shipping, but the curators took 3 days to ship it. I don't know why, but yeah, the oil pan is here. So what I'm gonna do is I just gotta remove this mount, right? Take this mount off. I already unclipped the power steering line just so I can drop it enough. But before I drop the subframe, I'm gonna just take all the bolts off all the oil pan bolts. And I'm gonna show you why we gotta drop the subframe, and that's because just here, it doesn't clear the balance shaft that's inside, so you can't really get the oil pan out without hitting the subframe. So you just got to drop it just enough so you can clear it. Yeah, I'll show you by just taking all the bolts, pop the oil pan off, and see how hard is it to. Well, you're not going to get it out. It's just going to hit the subframe there. So the other things that you're gonna do is you gotta remove this bracket. You just gotta transfer this over to the new oil pan, and then you gotta remove this torque converter plate because it just covers it enough so you can't get a socket on there. Yeah. Yeah, engineers are awesome. That oil. A little bit of oil in there. So I'm pretty sure I got all the bolts out. So there's a little notch here. Stick your pry bar in, push down. I think I got all the bolts. So, man, Honda Bond, good sealer. Try to get this thing out. Yeah, it's on there pretty good. Yeah, so with a little wiggling and finesse, it pops out. All right, so now that I popped the oil pan off, just to show you, you can't clear the subframe. As you can see, right? You can't clear the subframe because there's this balance shaft in there, right? So one, you're either gonna have to drop the subframe, or just loosen these bolts just enough to have the subframe lower enough, and then have something push up on the engine to clear your oil pan. All right, so let me show you what I do to get this oil pan out. You don't have to completely remove the subframe, but there's a couple of things that you do have to do to get it out. So one thing, you just need a jack stand. I put a piece of wood underneath the AC compressor to jack up the engine. It also helps if you pull, unbolt the mount, not from the top, but the ones that go to the body, so then when you put it back down, it still sits on the body. That also helps. I completely removed this bolt, completely removed that bolt. These ones can still stay on, so they're still attached to the body here, right? And then these two are also loose, so there's a gap here. I completely removed this bolt, and then this one is still attached with a good amount of gap. And then all it takes is you just got to pull this down far enough, and then jack this thing up high enough, and then it'll slip right out of this area here. So now that we got the oil pan out, I gotta get to cleaning, and then yeah, get the new oil pan on. But as you can see, you can see no threads. There's no threads left on there. Anyways, I'm just gonna get everything all prepped and then put the new oil pan in. All right, so new oil pan is in. It's got that factory squished. Oh, almost dropped my phone. It's got that factory squished silicone, pretty much. But yeah, anyways, I gotta put the subframe back up, attach all the bolts, and then we should be good to go. Just gotta wait till the silicone dries. All right, just gotta make sure whoever installed this drain plug is tight, and it is. All right, so I'm just waiting for the oil pan to dry before I put oil in it. I'm probably gonna hop onto another hoist and do other stuff, but let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Should I just have drilled it out to a bigger size, tapped it, and then put a time cert or a Healy coil? But if somebody was working on my car and they screwed up my oil pan, I would definitely not try to fix what they screwed up. I rather have them replace my oil pan under their dime, because I want it back to originally how it's supposed to be. That's my opinion. But if you were doing your own oil change and you screwed up the threads on your own oil pan, then maybe you guys can fix it. That's my opinion. But in my opinion, yeah, if somebody screwed up what I on my something on my car, I would expect them to bring it back to how it originally was. That's my opinion. Same thing. If somebody in our shop, like an apprentice, you know, when we just first hired them, they don't know nothing. They strip out a drain pan or something, then our company will pay for a new oil pan to put it in. We're not going to put a time cert, but the company will also pay a tech to install a new oil pan. That's how it is. That's why you know, our managers, like, if you screw up something, just tell us so we can, you know, fix it. So yeah. Anyways, other than that, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Just your opinions, you know, like, everybody does things differently. Everybody, honestly, you know, has their own opinion on things. But this customer, this customer wanted an OEM oil pan. Like, there's aftermarket options that are cheaper, but she went with the OEM ones. I'm pretty sure she's gonna go back to that quick lube place and with the receipt and my video saying that, hey, this is what happens. Like, you guys should pay for it. But yeah, let me know down in the comments. Yeah, or if you had any, or if you had a similar situation that happened to you, you know, share it down in the comments with everybody. But other than that, I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.